broken road to 100K, but I walk it anyway.
Welcome to episode 3 of the Broken Road to 100K, covering week 7 of my challenge, turning 455 into 100K in under a year. This week's program, a quick reminder of the challenge goals, a look back at the objective I set for myself last week, my results for the week, the overall progress of the challenge, my objectives for the upcoming week, and finally, a spoiler for my new series in the making, Unlock the Light. Of course, you can skip directly to the part that interests you the most. For those who are new, the challenge is to grow 455 into 100K through trading. The math works with the power of 10% of compounding per week. This series, The Broken Road to 100K, is my trading journal. Now, why set myself such a crazy goal? Because I believe that the bigger the dream, the more effort, discipline, and seriousness it requires. And it's exactly these kind of dreams that push us to surpass ourselves. Why share it on YouTube? To increase my accountability. Every trade, every day, I know that if I mess up or do something stupid, I'll have to explain it here. And trust me, I don't like the idea of looking like a clown. Hopefully, this pressure will stop me from losing weeks of profits or even blowing an account in just one bad trade. And if I succeed, I hope my story can be a source of determination and inspiration for others who also want to become the best version of themselves. Let's now review the goals I had set for myself last week. I wanted to start the week off right, and I did with a nice long trade on BTC. I wanted to improve my risk and reward ratio. I was not really successful there. I also wanted to avoid big losses. It was not perfect, but I've made some progress. And finally, I wanted to stay alert to financial news. There was the CPI and PPI. And I was able to stay patient around the news release and the New York Open. So overall, it's still a work in progress, but I think I did fairly well on my objectives. Now for my results this week. It was a mentally tough week. I put a lot of effort, but didn't manage to hit my growth targets. Worse, many trades moved in my direction, but failed to hit my target, only to come back to break even. I easily left 15 to 20% of potential profits on the table by being too greedy with my take profits. Here are the results by account, plus 6% on my personal account. I spent most of my time there. I barely traded the 100K FTMO account. Still, I managed to pull off another solid week on the 200K account on FTMO. On my personal account, I didn't improve my average win versus average loss. My win rate is still decent, and I mainly took longs, considering the market was trending down this week, finishing plus 6% with 75% long trades is actually quite acceptable. On the 100K account, I tried a few swing trades, but without much success. And on the 200K account, my stats were the best. Average win versus average loss is very strong, even though my win rate wasn't high. At the end of the day, no matter the mixed, what counts is finishing green. Here's where I stand in the challenge right now. After 7 weeks, I'm up 116% with only one losing week out of 7. At the top left, you can see the overall progression of the challenge in dollar terms. Right now, it's just under 1%. So far, I've averaged 11.6% growth per week, which is higher than the 10% I had set as my target. If I can keep this pace, I will reach my 100K target in about 42 weeks. Here you can see the progression of my two FTMO accounts. The 200K account started later, which is why you see some weeks at 0. Obviously, I had a rough start, losing around 9K quickly, so both accounts aren't in great shape right now, but I will work on climbing back slowly, and eventually I'll take on a bit more risk to try and reach the required 10% profit to pass the first evaluation. Now let's talk about my goals for the next week. I want to take profit at the first support resistance to avoid letting too much money on the table. I want to improve my risk reward ratio. Um, I want to be a little bit more patient and only enter on my A plus setups. I want to avoid forcing trades. And lastly, I want to have a better mindset. I want to detach myself from the market and the outcome and focus more on the process. To wrap up, here's a little spoiler about my upcoming series, Unlock the Light. It's going to be a different kind of series, fully focused on trading psychology, helping traders think differently, and helping themselves reach their goals. It will be a deep reflection on everything that surrounds trading beyond just charts and setups. If that sounds interesting, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the very first episode, which should be published in the coming days. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.